Okay, there we go. This time I made sure it's picking us up, Ty. We're back with Dubster Dive, where we're going to look at something's English dub and all that stuff. But, yeah, it's holiday season. That means it's time for some recommendations. People sent us some presents to look at.
Can't afford a gift this year, so I got you this box.
That's what I got you! Yeah, so I just really like those good old days, you know, when a friend or a family member or something got you one of those anime box sets randomly and you looked at it, and whether it was good or bad, you were just happy. Maybe you used Christmas money by now, I don't know. It's a whole nostalgic feeling, so. And our first gift we got was from Platinum KOKen, one of our subscribers, who recommended Cyberpunk Edgerunners. And yeah, this is going to be one of those ones, isn't it, Di? Where we have to cover something that everyone knows is decent, and its one problem is that it could have been a few more episodes.
Yeah.
So, don't know what else we can add, but we'll try. So, if you haven't seen Cyberpunk Edgerunners yet, yeah, this one I'd say go check it out, even if you're not a fan of the game. It's still really fun. But I guess anyways. This is based on the game 2077 that apparently is now kind of in a completed state, which better be after how long it's been.
It'll be finished when it's ready.
Damn it. Yeah, it was done by Studio Trigger. Kill la Kill, Little Witch Academia. We totally need to cover more Trigger anime. I don't know how we haven't covered that many of them by now. With the creators of the anime being Rafał Jockey, that's a hell of a name, was apparently one of the business directors for CDPR. It says former on his name, so I don't think he's there anymore. Does that make you sad, Di?
I mean, the current state of CDPR, not really.
Well, also co-created by Hiroyuki Amaishi, the Kill la Kill guy, and written by Yoshiki Usa and Masahiko Otsuka. Couldn't find much on Yoshi over there, but I can tell you that Masahiko worked on a few things. Like Season 1 of FLCL, the only season really worth watching, if you ask me. And he worked on Little Witch Academia, so. Yeah. Now, what is this about? Cyberpunk Edgerunners, I think is it a prequel to the game? Or does it exist alongside of it? I'm not even sure on that. Yeah, I should mention right now, my knowledge of Cyberpunk's very limited. I think you know more than me, right?
It could.
Yeah, you know more than I do. I don't know. But yeah, it takes place in the future. In a place called Night City, where everything is cyberized.
All I know is it has open world syndrome where no one completes the main quest stuff.
Yeah. So, if we get a couple of things wrong about the game to the anime, then apologize for that. But yeah, so Night City, you could get cybernetic implants, but if you go too far into cyberization, you'll become what's known as a cyber psycho. Basically where you go batshit insane because your brain's overloaded. But our main character, David Martinez, finds a way to get implanted with a military grade Savastan? I can't even pronounce that thing. Point is, the military grade implant, and he becomes a merc after his mom gets killed. And joins up with another squad of mercs. And, yeah. Basically follows their adventures together. As we see the crazy shit that goes on. You all know there's mega corporations battling for control. Militech is one of them. Arasaka is another. Sandevistan, that's what it's called. I had to look over there. But yeah. And you said those are from the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
None of the main people from them show up in this anime.
Yeah. I know one character named Atom Smasher is apparently from the game, from what I looked up. He's, I guess you could say, the final boss of the anime, if you want to call him that. And yes, they did get the voice actor Alec Newman to reprise the role for the dub, who apparently is noted as playing Paul, the protag from the early 2000s miniseries of Dune. Meaning, yes, this dub does have a shit ton of budget behind it, as you'll find out when we get to some of the people here. So, yeah, that's basically the setup. We'll get to the characters when we introduce them over the dub. So, animation!
Do I need to say anything?
Studio Trigger with a Netflix budget.
I mean, you just could have stopped at Studio Trigger.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Well, as far as the soundtrack, it's Studio Trigger again. Do we really need to say anything? There's a bunch of people listed as composers, but there's one that stood out to me in particular. Akira Yamaoka. You know, the guy who composed the classic Silent Hill games. Yes, him. I have so many questions, but yeah.
Just don't think about it and it'll make more sense.
Will it?
Yes.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of songs you could easily call out. I Really Want to Stay at Your House, I'm pretty sure is everyone's favorite theme. That's the one that plays during the climax of the final episode. Oh yeah, we're going to be spoiling the hell out of this. Obviously, we kind of have to, so if you still haven't seen it yet, you've been warned. So, there you go, there's your warning.
I don't know who would be watching this who hasn't at this point.
I mean, we haven't seen it, which I think worked out, because we could say that we waited for the hype to die out a little bit, and we could still say, yes, it's still really good. It wasn't just all hype of the moment thing. I still really enjoyed it. But yeah, so the song that plays when everyone's getting murked in the final episode. It's a good song. Then there's the song The Voices in My Head, which sounds like a Silent Hill song, ironically enough. This makes sense. A couple of the other ones.
No shit.
Yeah. Then there's On My Way to Hell, which literally sounds like the club theme from the opening scene of the first Blade movie to me. Yeah, this music, this OST goes everywhere. You've got the song literally just titled Kevin, which is a Screamo song. Like, it's all over the place, man. I could keep going.
I really want to know why the fuck's it named Kevin?
I don't know. Oh yeah, there's also this song Just Wine, which is a Jamaican rap song. Like, have you ever heard of an anime with a Jamaican rap song, man?
We have now.
Yeah, I could gush about the OST. It's really damn good. So, as for most of Trigger's animes, I haven't heard a bad Trigger OST, actually. But yeah, so that's it. As far as the dub is concerned, the reason you all are probably here is just to learn more about these VUZs that were involved. Yeah, the dub's really fucking good. This is an example of a dub that's could stand up there with Black Lagoon, in my opinion, at least. Di, would you be surprised to know? It turns out a lot of people seem to agree with that opinion from what I looked up.
Yeah.
Our protagonist, David Martinez, is voiced by Zach Aguilar, who's Aether from Genshin Impact.
Blade.
Damn it. Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, or Genos from One Punch Man. And he actually won the Voice Actor of the Year award at the Crunchyroll Award Fap Fest. Oh, this anime was nominated for everything at that Fap Fest last year. Yeah. Meaning,
Yes, it was.
You know it had to grind Crunchyroll's piss to a boil. Yeah, I didn't mention this. This is a Netflix exclusive, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows that at this point. So, I'm sure Crunchyroll are screaming to try getting the Blu-ray distribution rights.
Didn't stop them from advertising the piss out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Advertising your competition. Brilliant marketing.
Yeah, so David Martinez, speaking of Black Lagoon, there's a lot of similarities. He reminds me of Rock in a sense from that series. You know, he's a protag who basically gets in the, I guess you'd call it the underworld of crime and shit. So he has that whole fish out of water thing in the beginning, but slowly adapts to it as the show goes on. And yeah, Zach's performance is really, really good. Everything from his slight inflections when he's pissed off, when he's happy, and everything. So did he deserve to win VUZ of the Year? I mean, it's a strong debate, because there was a lot of good dubs in 2022 that were Coach Rules Alone. Covered that if you're interested. Just saying. That was also nominated. But yeah. I mean, you don't think he did a shit job, do you, Die?
No. But also don't put too much stock in award shows in general.
Oh yeah, I don't either. But I'm saying this one at least makes a little sense. After him, we have Lucy. I mean, it's Lucina, but Lucy for short. Who's his main love interest. She shows up as a pseudo femme fatale and is the one who ends up recruiting him into this world, more or less. And yeah, she's voiced by Emmy Lowe. The couch hooker, as we've called her, because holy shit, you cannot tell me otherwise. Mau Mau from the Apothecary Diaries. Di, is it Columbina? Is that how you say that?
Yes.
From Genshin Impact.
Something like that.
It looks like Columbia to me.
But everyone will know who that is, because that's apparently one of the most watched things on the Genshin channel. Holy shit.
And Rena from the Higurashi sequel animes. So, yeah, and again, I think she also does really good. There's not much we could really say. There's no real complaints about this dub, so...
The only complaint is...
the ad voice recycling.
It needed at least... That was expected.
Yeah. But yeah.
Just the length is the complaint.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into more of that in a little bit, though. So... Anyway, after her, though, we've got the rest of the gang, so we'll go through them. First is Maine, who's voiced by William C. Stevens. Akoja from Yasuke, that Netflix-exclusive Mappa anime people forgot existed. And Kismet from Super Crooks. But his most known role, I'm sure a lot of people know him as, is Rude from the FF7 remake games. And, yeah, the comparisons to Black Lagoon keep coming. He's a badass, no-nonsense black man who leads the mercenary crew. Like Dutch.
Yeah, but he never asked the protag if he's retarded.
Yeah, there you go. Damn it. Yeah, he's another one that is one of the best dubbed scenes in the show. It's the scene where he's about to go down and die. And he's telling David, I didn't even bring up David's ability, which is a speedster thing. I heard you can get that ability in the game now. Someone can correct me on that. But yeah. He does a really good fucking job. Because his whole thing is also like, he wants to cyberize his body to get stronger. Because strength not only strengthens you, but it strengthens your crew. And even though he's only in the first handful of episodes, I liked him a lot. I think he was a really good impression. If you want to say that maybe they were trying to replicate the Kamina thing a little bit, it doesn't work as well as Kamina in my opinion, but at least he leaves...
It wanted more episodes.
Yeah, but he's still a really fun character. He left an impression on me. I liked him a lot. Next, we have his ship, Dorio, to Die, you kept saying looks a lot like Marissa from SF6. Everyone's waifu. She's voiced by Marie Westbrook, who's Hanami from Jujutsu Kaisen, and Maria from Baki Hanma. And actually, do we even see what ability she has? Or she just used guns and shit too?
She's just strong.
Yeah, so physically strong. Yeah, her whole thing is she just wants to support Maine. So this is one of the things where it's like we wish we got more episodes to focus on the other members of the crew. Because a lot of them do feel like they could have gotten more. So, hope that makes sense. Like our next one, Kiwi, who has a filter on the entire time, because her face was cyberized. Voiced by Stephanie Wong, who's the host of Yoga Friends on Nickelodeon, of all things. And Isana from... Yeah, I saw that. It was like, that's her most known thing, apparently. And Isana from Black Rock Shooter. So... But her most known role is Spider Spirit from something called Green Snake. That's not her most known role. I'm just being a dick on that one. I've never heard of this fucking thing before. Yeah. She also has, like I said, she has a filter on, so she doesn't emote much either. Also, it's just me, or could her portrayal have worked a lot better if we got more on her?
That's how the more episodes thing falls in.
Yeah. So. Oh, terrible performance. Well, after her, we have Falco, the team's driver, voiced by Matt Mercer, Ganondorf from Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Leorio from Hunter x Hunter. Hey man, Matt Mercer's cool. Also, Falco has a southern accent, and I couldn't help but think that someone on there probably wanted to get Troy Baker if they could. With how they always make him do the southern accent since fucking Joel.
Yeah, they really do.
But it doesn't matter. We got Matt Mercer. Matt Mercer's fucking cool. Everyone loves Matt Mercer. And that's all Falco really is. He's the driver of the crew with a southern accent. He got more
screen time than I thought he was gonna.
Yeah, agreed. And hey, he ended up making it out at the end, so good for Falco. That means that he could always cameo in the games or something. So, good for him. Speaking of someone, though, who died too soon, Pilar. Pilar is fucking insane for what little screen time he does get. Doesn't he get his head blown off, too?
Yeah. He's obsessed with modifying his arms.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, this is fucking great, man, fucking primo. I'll get to the script after we're done with everybody, because we only have a few people left. So he's voiced by Ian James Corlett, who's the first voice of Ocean Dub Goku in DBZ. He's the one that probably stood out the most to me when looking this cast list up. And Dr. Tofu Ono from Ranma 1/2. But yeah, dude, we got Ocean Dub Goku here. And I couldn't even tell it was him with the voice he was doing, because again, fucking insane. What?
Yeah. You gotta ask yourself, what would Scott McNeil do?
No, Scott McNeil wasn't in this. That would have been great, though. Now, after him, we have Ripper Doc, the doctor that they keep going to. I'm sure someone's wondering when are you going to get to someone else. I'm doing this on purpose. Ripper Doc is voiced by, oh Jesus Christ, Borge Itene. I cannot pronounce that to save my life. And the only credit I could find for him is he was in something called Standpoint the Diamond War. Ever hear of it, Di?
I have now.
Well, yeah. He's got an accent like this, man. So, again, good performance. No complaints. He's fine. He's fine. But, no, moving on from him, we have Faraday, who's the one they report to that gives them their contracts. Also, is it just me, or does this world seem to work a lot like Armored Core? What, two feuding organizations and the mercs are in the middle, taking contracts for them? I don't want to think that.
I guess, if you put it that way, a little bit.
It's also in a cybernetic, futuristic world, too.
I mean, people getting experimented on to pilot mechs.
Yeah, that means reminds me of Armored Core a lot, which is cool. But yeah, Faraday is voiced by, oh god, Giancarlo Esposito, who's Mr. K from MFKZ, whatever the fuck that is, but you all probably know him as Gustavo from Breaking Bad.
Can you believe this asshole over here hasn't seen that yet? Crazy, right?
It's on my queue. I need to. I even have my family telling me to watch the fucking show, so trust me, I know. But yeah. I would say if you wanted to point to the one who sounds the weakest, and that's nitpicky, is him when he first shows up, because you can tell he's still finding his groove a little bit, but by the end, he definitely nails it. Again, that's just me being a nitpicky asshole, though. I sat through it twice, so... But fine, I guess we can get to the one that people are waiting on. Best Girl, right, Di?
Yeah.
Hey man, the memes have spoken. Rebecca. Voiced by Alex Cazares. who's Nagomi from Rent-A-Girlfriend, Gomamon from Digimon Adventure 2020, and Gwenol Lee from Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. This woman's vocal range is fucking insane, being as how we've heard her in 3 of these roles across Rebecca, Girlfriend, and Bleach, and none of these voices sound the same, holy shit. Also, Rebecca's a crazy gun loli. I think her and Revy Two Hands might get along a little bit. They both seem to like shooting things. Or is that just me? What?
Also albino for some reason.
Hey man. You heard her though. She doesn't play well at just staying friends. I mean, you can always hit me. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah, gotta love how everyone knows the story. CD Projekt Red were telling Trigger to remove Rebecca, and Trigger were quoted in saying, "No, the loli stays." And it ended up that she became the most popular character in the entire anime, and spawning so many fucking memes. CDPR even admitted they were wrong on that, by the way, and apologized, apparently.
I mean, of course they're wrong. Just look at the state they released the game in.
Yeah.
You could never be right after that.
Well, either way, at least we got Rebecca. And everybody loves Rebecca. And yes, Alex does a really good job as her. I don't got any complaints. I still think it's funny, Twitter trying to cope by saying they waifued her, but she's not a loli because she doesn't count as one, even though the creators of the show literally refer to her as a loli. Afraid of being labeled a lolicon, man. Could you imagine? What? What'd I say? Anyway, back to this, though. A few of the other standouts. We have Kazuo Tanaka, voiced by another Alex Lee, who you'd all probably know as Thorfinn, or Ano's Fuck-Da-Goat from Misfit of Demon King Academy.
The fuck is it with you and goats lately?
Fine, Ano's Fuck-Da-Goat. Okay, I only put that one down because he literally refers to Dave in the beginning as a misfit, and you and I both laughed at how stupid that was.
It is pretty stupid.
Also, he does the Bruce Lee thing when he activates his Kung Fu chip, as he calls it. And it's really fucking silly. It's like, yeah, this is how you know it's a Trigger anime. And I thought they were going to do more with him, because his father, the other Tanaka, voiced by Paul Nakashi, who's Yasaburo from Star Wars Visions, ends up getting murked partway in, and you figured, oh, maybe we're going to go back to, you know, Kazuo to see what's going on with him now. But no, it gets brought up again. Oh. Oh, wells. A couple of the other ones. Jimmy Kurosaki, voiced by Kirk Thornton, Shadow the Hedgehog, and the current dubs of thing. I just brought him up because I like to think of this dude as the weird, creepy uncle to Ichigo that no one talks about in the family. What? Am I wrong in thinking that?
Yes.
But yeah. I could keep going, but you all get the idea. Ray Chase is in this dub, Ben Diskin, Bryce Papenbrook. They got a bunch of people. As far as the ADR director and all that shit, this was apparently dubbed out of Salami Studios. I've never heard of them before now, but apparently they did Kakaishi, Star Wars Visions, and Monster. Oh, I guess we've heard of them now, Dai. I think back when we covered Kakaishi, we just said it was dubbed by Viz Media or some shit.
Yeah.
Well, the ADR directors are Rick Sveef, who I keep thinking of I'm a guy from Bleach again, but apparently he ADR directs Big Mouth. And the other ADR director, Wendy Lee, who did Vivi, speaking of things that are cyberpunk. Which, if you like this, maybe you should check out that show too, guys. Y'all would like it.
If you like Cyberpunk and Terminator, watch Vivi.
Yep. And the scripts are by Wendy Lee, Kaylee Mills, and Gregory Snegoff, who apparently voiced in the film Cannibal Holocaust. Damn it, Die, you motherfucker! Your stupid references to that piece of shit. I don't know if it's a piece of shit. I've never seen it. But yeah. As far as things in the script, I guess someone could point out there's a lot of saying fuck and everything, but remember, this is following the criminal underworld, so I think it works for the most part, I guess. Kind of like Black Lagoon. And yeah, there was a line that Maine said, "Oh, shit!" Where he's like, "Fuck, it's like these pigs keep appearing out of thin air." And I remember you making a joke saying maybe that was in reference to the game's launch state at the time. Because then you say enemies were appearing out of thin air.
No, it's 100% a reference to the launch state of the game.
It is?
Cops literally spawn out of thin air.
That's fucking great. But yeah. I mean, we could keep going, but you all get the idea. The only thing is we just wish this was a little longer. But it's still really fucking good. Also, I need to bring up how the script uses terms from the game, like Preem, Nova, Chum. Chum means buddy, Nova means awesome, etc. Which, even if you don't know the terminology from the game, you can more or less pick up on context clues when watching this, because I didn't know shit about the game when watching this at all. Again, this was completely blind for me, literally. And hey, there was foreshadowing to the ending, like Lucy telling Dave that the only way an Edgerunner really makes a name for themselves is how they end up dying, and no one's gonna forget Dave. Not even you, Die. Not even you.
And you've been thinking this whole time, man, if only they went full stupid and made him voiced by someone named Dave.
Oh. Also, it says a special mention when pulling up the cast list was someone named Samuel Barnett, who's apparently a stage actor. I do not see who he played in this. Maybe he's from the game, that's why they gave him special mention, but I figured I'd throw it in there. He's not one of the mains in this series, so... But yeah. As far as the ad voice recycling, I don't think it's as bad as it could have been.
They clearly had a set number of people to be ad voices and just ad voices. Nowhere near as bad as making your main an ad voice.
Yeah, looking under the ad voice section, there's a shit ton. Wendy Lee also only casted herself as like the AI voices.
Which That's right. She is your washing machine.
Are you saying that because she's a computer or a woman? Oh, I get it now. But back on this, the other thing too is they actually read off all the text. That's something that was nice. Could you imagine having
all the text appears on screen, which means, yeah, they just word for word read them off. There's no way they could hide that. It's being changed in the script.
I wonder why they repeated some of their words. You know, like when Kiwi was texting Lucy saying, "We like," or need you. Wasn't just her, a couple of other characters did it too.
Just the way some people text sometimes.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. But yeah. That might do it here, though, for us, because, again, there's not much we could really add. You all have heard how good the show is, and...
Just add a couple of episodes, for fuck's sake.
They could actually make a prequel series, because we find out that the gang has been together for a while, and Lucy was with them for roughly a year before David joined, so they could do one without Dave, and just focus on the crew's exploits. Or they could make, like, a Horimiya-esque Season 2, you know, where we get an in-between season with a bunch of one-off O-makes. With one-off missions or whatever. I'd be down for that. I mean, would you complain?
Yes.
Yeah. I have to say, the anime definitely did its job, because this is the type of anime that would make you want to look into the game and look at the world and everything because of how well they did it. So this could definitely be a contender for one of the best game-to-anime adaptations, in my opinion. Which definitely needed that after Castlevania Nocturne. What, am I wrong to say that, Dai?
Yes, very wrong.
Well, as far as what Studio Trigger are up to, apparently they have a new anime in the works airing in January called Delicious in Dungeon. That's going to be a Netflix exclusive. Oh.
Yep, sounds like it's gonna be typical Studio Trigger with a name like that.
Mm-hmm. And
No, it just needs to be as insane as Kill la Kill, and we got a new classic on our
I mean, it's going to be 24 apps, apparently, so that's what I'm hoping for. And as far as CDPR, Cyberpunk did just release Phantom Liberty, and from what I've heard, people seem to be enjoying it. And, yeah.
I hear mixed things about that.
I don't know. Like I said, this is one of those games you'll either really like or won't. I've got a couple of friends who absolutely love it, and a couple who thinks it's mid, and so on. Maybe I'll give it a shot myself one day, who knows.
You're gonna shoot it?
That's not what I... Never mind. But yeah. Great series. Good job, Kaioken. We're starting off recommendation time. Really good highlight. Can anything top it, though? We've got a few left, including a giant present at the very end. We're going to try wrapping them up by the end of the year, but if not, then it'll probably bleed into early 2024. We'll see. And at least we know Dave was a fun pro tag, right, Di?
Yeah. What? Especially with how often we get bland pro tags.
Yeah, I really like this cast of characters a lot, which is the reason why we wanted more episodes to flesh them out more. But hey, let us know what you all thought, and hopefully at least somehow made this entertaining. Again, this is shit that most of you, I'm pretty sure, already know, but we finally got on the bandwagon of Edgerunners and can say it was definitely a fun time. Fun. And yeah, as far as highlighted dub scenes, I mean, I could call out a shit ton of them. I already brought up the main one, the Lucy and David's discussion in Ep 8 when Sheik points out how he's leading himself into ruin by constantly relying on the cybernetic shit and following other people's dreams instead of his own. Now that I think about it, that's kind of reminds me of Berserk, with people needing to find their own dreams, etc. Shit, this animes remind me of a lot of good stuff too, Di. But anything else said?
It actually has themes?
I know! Anything else said before we get out of here?
Did you get all that?
That was very, very well insightful. I don't even think well insightful is the right way to put anything, but yeah. Fuck it.
I'm sure they all missed the part where Knuckles showed up and said, "I am Idris, that is all."
What? What do you mean Dave B. Mitchell?
Phantom Liberty.
Wait, is Idris in... Oh my god, if Dave Mitchell is actually...
Yes, he was the main selling point.
That's right, that's right! Dude, if Dave Mitchell was in the dub for this... I'm gonna have to look that up later, because that would be hilariously silly. He probably was, like, under ad voices or some shit. But alright, guys. I'm gonna head out of here. And we all know the final answer to the question, who's best girl? The answer is Rebecca. And if you disagree with that, you're just objectively wrong. I'm supposed to be wrong, Di!
Yeah, I am right.
Yeah. Wait a minute, if I waifu Megumin and Rebecca... No! People might start to say something!
If they don't know by now, then they are really living under some kind of thick rock.
I don't know. Alright guys, we'll be back next time, and if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. And we'll get to them at some point. But next time, we'll be covering another recommendation from one of you guys. So, hope you all join us for that. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, guys. Have a good day.